Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Randy Hompey, realtor here in Williamsburg, Virginia, and we're talking about life in Williamsburg. And today I'm joined by John Lynch with Pillar to Post Home Inspections. Morning, John.
Good morning.
Morning. Listen, we're sitting right here in Williamsburg. Did you always live in Williamsburg, or?
No, I'm originally from New York City. I grew up in the Bronx,
Okay.
and we moved to Virginia back in 1988, right after college, up
Okay.
in Northern Virginia. And then we ultimately took a couple of career changes that brought me down to Williamsburg in 1992.
Okay.
So I've been here ever since.
So you've been here about 30 years or so.
Yes.
Do you like living in
I
Williamsburg?
love it. Couldn't think of any place else to live. So.
Oh, that's great. Anyway, you're in the home inspection business. What was your journey like getting into home inspection business?
Well, I grew up in the building business up in New York City, up in construction. My father was a carpenter up in New York City.
Okay.
And from the point when I was very young, I always remember going to his side jobs at night and on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays.
Right.
He would load up all of his tools into the station wagon, and we would either head back into Manhattan or up into Westchester and Rockland County and do side jobs. And that was everything from building additions to installing cabinetry and creating bars and basements and those types of things. So it was that gave me my experience and my interest in the building business. So when it came time for a couple of career changes, my wife and I were trying to figure out what we wanted to do. And
Right.
everything kept coming back to what I know best, and it was how a house works. And that's what got me into the home inspection business.
Okay, and how long have you guys been in business doing the home inspection business?
I had 25 years.
Wow,
So we started
25
in
years.
1998, and we just we're coming up on our 25th
Oh, congratulations
celebration.
on that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
in all of it right here in Williamsburg area, pretty much?
All of it in Williamsburg and the peninsula.
So
Yeah.
you've probably seen a lot of changes over the years?
Oh, absolutely. The growth has been tremendous in the whole region in Eastern Virginia.
Oh, wow, yeah. So a lot of changes and stuff. Well, John, when we come back from a break, we're going to talk a little bit about who you do home inspections for, your services, and stuff like that. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. We're here with John Lynch, Pillar to Post Home Inspections. So John, you're in the home inspection business. I mean, what kind of services do you do? So,
Well, we do home inspections. The majority of our business is home inspections for home buyers, people that are getting ready to purchase a home. What they'll want to do is hire an inspector just to get some more information about the house so they know what they're getting into. From that, we also do a lot of work for folks that are getting ready to purchase a new home. They want to have an inspection performed prior to transferring ownership from the builder to them.
okay, so brand new construction.
Brand new construction. We also do 1-year inspections. So if a person's been living in a house for a year prior to releasing the builder from their warranty, the 1-year warranty, we'll go in at about 10 or 11 months, review with the customer any issues they might be having. We also take some experience that we have on other homes in the area, and we perform a complete inspection, give them a list of defects, if there are any, that they can present to the builder to
Right.
have them corrected prior to releasing them.
Oh, that's
from
a
the
good
warranty.
idea, yeah, because that's typically at the 1-year mark. You go through with the builder on your newly constructed home, and then so you get a second set of eyes to kind of, hey, you don't want to miss this stuff before your warranty is up.
Exactly. And then a very small portion of the business, which is growing actually, is people that have been living in their house for a long time, and they just want to know what's going on maintenance-wise, things they'll need to look forward to either fixing or budgeting for fixing over an extended period of time.
Now I can see that growing, because that could be pretty helpful, right? If you're a homeowner, you've been in the home for 10 or 15 years, or maybe you're just not real maintenance savvy or whatever. If you guys came in, I guess you could probably provide them a good list to give to contractors, right?
Yeah, we would do a complete inspection on the house. We especially focus in on areas of concern that they have, and we'll give them a list of priorities, things that need to be fixed right away, or a plan that they can create where they can actually budget for repairs or replacement of equipment. And we think it's one of the better things to do, only because we're not selling them anything. We're not
Right.
there to sell anything. We're just there to give them the facts about the house and things that they can look forward to as a homeowner over an extended period of
Well,
time.
to that point, you guys are never really selling anything. You're just doing the assessment of the home, right? Because
Right.
even if you're a buyer looking to buy you guys don't care whether the deal goes through or not. You're just trying to advise the buyer on, hey, this is what's wrong with the home.
Yeah,
Or,
give them an
yeah,
idea of the condition of the property and what they're walking into. A good way to look at the home inspection is that we're limiting your liability. We can't eliminate it, but we're limiting any liabilities that you have before you purchase the property.
right. Because I mean, give us an example. I mean, do you find some pretty expensive stuff?
Yes, from time to time we do find issues that would relate to damage on the foundations. You know, even though we might mention cosmetic items on an inspection report, we're there to look for the costly items, the condition of the roof. If the roof is worn prematurely or damaged, those are things that the customer wants to know about. Something that's costly on the upfront. Get
Right.
that taken care of.
Right, so they can avoid taking on some pretty expensive, or at least go in with eyes wide open and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you do these inspections, what are you guys looking at?
We want to look at the 5 main components of the house. So it's the foundation, the mechanicals like plumbing, heating, air conditioning, electrical,
Right.
and the structure. We just want to see if there's anything unusual or anything that's damaged or not functioning like it's intended on those areas, and then let the customer know about it.
Now, I've been out on these home inspections quite a few times with you guys. It takes a while, doesn't it? It can take a few hours.
Yeah, we always budget a minimum of 2.5 to 3 hours to do any inspection.
Right.
And then it will go up from there depending on the size of the home and the condition of the home, believe it or not. So we could be, sometimes we're in a very small home for 4 or 5 hours because of the condition. Sometimes we might be in a very large home for a shorter period of time because it's in good condition. So it all depends on what's going on.
Well, John, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to get your opinion on the housing stock in Williamsburg and construction trends and stuff. So we'll be right back after this. All right, we're back with John Lynch, Pillar to Post home inspections. So John, what's your opinion? You've been in Williamsburg now 25 years inspecting homes. I don't know how many thousands of homes you've inspected, but what's your opinion on the housing stock in Williamsburg, Virginia, for somebody, say, coming from outside of the area?
We have houses of all ages here in Williamsburg. Now we're sitting here in the restored area. So,
Right, down in Merchant Square.
So there are some older structures here. But when it comes to housing stock and houses in a region, you might have heard some cliches that, they don't build them like they used to, which is probably true. It all comes down to, no matter how old the house is, it all comes down to how a house is maintained over an extended period of time. More often than not, when we're doing inspections, we're probably not writing up defects because it was built wrong or somebody didn't know what they were doing. More often than not, the defects that are on any inspection report has to do with the maintenance or lack thereof on a house.
Right.
That's generally what you would look forward to when you're looking at your inspection report. We've done, with our business and our inspectors, we've done almost 25,000 inspections.
Oh my God, 25,000.
So, because we have multiple inspectors on a firm.
Right.
And we run into all different defects or deficiencies, good construction, not so good construction. If there was anything that you would notice over the years, is that we've moved from traditional lumber products and floor joists and wall studs and roofing materials and decking materials to composites and engineered products. And the difference in that over the years, or the difference in that you have to take into account, is anybody that's working with those engineered products, they have to follow specific instructions from the engineer or the company that created that product or manufactured that product. And if they're not following those instructions, they're simply either creating problems or not installing it to what the manufacturer recommends. And those are the things you have to watch out for, especially on new construction as an inspector, as we're doing, like, let's say, a pre-drywall inspection or framing inspection, those types of things. So
yeah, you do see that a lot of times with new construction, you do see some errors in the way the materials used, especially that pre-drywall inspection.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is either items that or materials that are cut where they're not supposed to be cut, or not properly supported where they're supposed to be supported, is generally what we find on those.
Right, because these are not natural materials, and there's special requirements for using them. But in a lot of ways, they are better. All right, if they're used properly.
Right. So the whole point behind engineered product is we can use less material while supporting greater spans. Also led to improved design features like wide open floor plans, those types of things. And you can only get that with engineered products.
All right, so that's important that you see that they're using it right. What other, like, one of the major issues, I guess, are that you see related to living in the peninsula? We're between two rivers. It's pretty
Sure.
humid here.
Yeah.
I guess you know what I'm getting at.
Right. When especially when people are moving into the area from other locations, especially the Northeast, and even out west and the Southwest, one of the things they have to be mindful of, or that a home inspector makes them aware of, are the moisture-related issues that we have in our region.
Right.
Not, rain and humidity is one thing, but it's also moisture that's being created, for instance, in your crawl space that you might not be aware of over an extended period of time. So those are things we're always looking out for during a home inspection, and it's definitely something that comes up in conversation with home buyers, things they need to look forward to maintaining over an extended period of time.
Well, we're going to talk more about moisture. I'm going to get your opinion on crawl spaces right after we take this short break. All right, everybody, we're back with John Lynch, Pillar to Post. John, we talked about moisture being a big issue here, and mainly, we don't have too many basements. People moving here always ask, hey, where can I find a basement here? And the answer generally is no, but we do have a lot of crawl spaces with moisture issues. And, what's your opinion on that? What should people be doing to take care of their crawl space?
Sure. One of the things that in the 25 years that I've been here and in the region is we've had, with the new housing stock that's come out, is we are getting more and more basements, but we have a lot of crawl spaces, and we still have a lot of houses that are being built with crawl spaces. There's always a lot of, there's differing opinion on crawl spaces and how crawl spaces should be treated. I'm of the opinion, based on the building science and anything that I've seen, is the prevailing wisdom now is that what we want to do is treat our crawl space like we treat a basement.
Okay.
So we don't let any air from the outside get into the basement. We certainly don't let any water get in the basement.
That means kind of sealing all of the exterior vents.
Right, sealing the foundation vents, keeping water moving away from the house. So that's either installing gutters if they're not there, keeping them clean if they are there, and extending the leaders, the downspout leaders, away from the house, and improving your grade around the outside perimeter of the house, and then covering the soil with completely 100%.
That's the soil in the crawl space with a thermal
floor.
barrier, or
Exactly,
barrier,
yes.
some kind of moisture
and,
barrier.
And then in a basement, if we have a basement, we treat the air in some way. We either condition it with heating and cooling, or we dehumidify it with a dehumidifier. What I've just described is what's called either sealing or encapsulating of the crawl space.
Okay.
And that's becoming very, very popular in the area. And it's probably one of the better ways to go to control moisture-related issues in the crawl space and to limit any fungal growth or any mold-related issues over an extended period of time.
You've seen a lot of crawl spaces. Is moisture can cause a lot of damage down there, right?
Exactly, yes.
From destroying joists to everything.
Yeah. So whenever termites are a big issue in our region as well. Whatever environment you've created moisture-wise, you allow termites to flourish, but you also allow molds and fungus to flourish, which also eats away. That does as much damage as your termites can do.
The mold and fungus.
Mold and fungus, yeah.
And we've seen some pretty bad, I imagine you've seen some pretty bad fungus over the years.
Oh, yeah, so very, very bad. It's probably, I mentioned earlier that moisture is our #1 issue that we have in our region, managing for moisture. Although we see that damage on the outside in trim, it could be wood siding, those types of things. We see equally as much down in the crawl space.
Now I've seen different companies. They offer everything from just kind of a minor adjustment to the crawl space. And I say relatively minor. They'll just seal the vents, maybe put down a good vapor barrier, and then a dehumidifier. And then there's ones that take a lot step further with the full encapsulation and everything. If a homeowner's got questions about that, which way to go, is that something you guys could help them with?
We can always talk to customers about what they're faced with as far as presented with an encapsulation, and certainly with any prior customers or customers that are working with us. Those are conversations we're always willing to have.
Yeah, kind of to that point, like if somebody has you do an inspection for them, you're kind of like a lifeline for as long as they're in the area, correct?
Yeah, always willing to talk about their house. Yeah.
Right.
And when they're presented with options for encapsulating or sealing the crawl space, there's many different levels that more often than not, they're presented with different levels, and that each level has a different expense to it. You can spend a lot of money encapsulating a crawl space, but you can sometimes get the same results by doing the
incremental approach,
or minimal things to see how it's working.
And really, what you want to do is, my own experience is you're monitoring what the humidity level is, and then you see what works, and then you don't have to take that next step.
Right. That's a great point, Randy, because what you have to do is monitor any corrective action that you've taken. It's always important to monitor what's going on over an extended period of time to make sure it's working.
Right. So if the humidity is staying low from just, maybe just sealing the vents and putting down a vapor barrier, maybe you're okay. If you need to take the next step, get the dehumidifier, okay, get it down there, then you're okay.
Exactly.
You need to monitor it over the entire year.
Yeah, have somebody come by annually. You want to have somebody come in by annually for termite and moisture inspections anyway.
Right.
Especially if you're putting something mechanical down in the crawl space like a dehumidifier, you're going to have to change filters and make sure it's functioning properly as well. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with John to kind of get his opinion on some additional issues that homeowners might want to consider. All right. We're back with John Lynch, and we're going to talk now about the home inspections and home inspectors, and how you go about choosing the right home inspector. So John, everybody should know by now it's a very good idea, very good idea to get a home inspection if you're buying a home. Or even if you're getting ready to sell, you want to know what's wrong with it. We recommend a pre-listing home inspection. Not everybody takes us up on it, but we like to know what's wrong with the home before we put it on the market, right? Take corrective action. So it's important to get one, but you need a good home inspector. So, what is your kind of guidance for determining who is and who isn't a reputable home inspector? What do you look for?
Yes. So when I'm hired, there's a minimum standard for home inspectors today. In 2017, licensing became a requirement.
Right.
And just the thing you always have to keep in mind about licensing is a minimum requirement.
Right.
So I'm always looking for somebody that can talk to people, that know their way around a house. They don't necessarily have to come from the building business. In fact, I've had contractors that have worked with me that didn't make good inspectors. So it's people that are personable, know how a house works, and actually care about what they're doing. Years ago, I had a conversation with an HVAC contractor, and he said, kind of like the same things. And he goes, well, really what I'm looking for is somebody that actually gives a damn about what they're doing.
Right.
And customer service is key. We always, in a way, the approach that I take with my employee inspectors is always give them more, even if they're not expecting it. Give them more service, more information, anything that they need help with, we're able to provide. And I think that's the mindset that you have to have when you're getting into this business.
Right. You're looking for somebody that's going to take the time to explain things, kind of give you a detailed inspection too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You have to be thorough. You have to have a good eye. You have to know what we're doing is looking for indications of an issue, indications of a problem. Other mindset that you almost have to have an inquisitive mindset is, why is that stain on the ceiling?
Right.
So it's not just, oops, there's a stain on the ceiling, I'll put it in the report and we'll walk off from there. Is the stain wet? Where's the stain coming from? If there's anything any issue that we can solve or any advice that we can give, that's what we want to do while we're on the site.
I think I've seen you guys in action too. It's more also what's a minor issue, what's a major issue, something that may look major, maybe it's just minor. Something that looks minor could be major. Is that what you found?
Correct. Yeah. So for instance, yesterday we were at a house that had stains on the ceilings at a couple of areas on the house interior. So one of the things we had known before we went onto the inside was that the roof was replaced 2 weeks ago. Now the stains were a result of the old roof, not the new one. And we were able to confirm that. We got very lucky. We were able to confirm that all the stains were dry and the roof was doing its job because it was raining.
Right.
It rained heavily the past
I love to have
days.
an inspection on a rainy day. You don't always get lucky like that, but yeah,
it is the best day.
Yeah.
And then we were able to check the stains with a moisture meter to determine that they were dry at the time of the inspection. So the stains were a result of the leaks on the prior roof.
Right. Yeah, and I've seen you guys do that a lot. So, all right. Well, if somebody's thinking about getting into the home inspection business, what do you think your biggest challenges are today?
Well, today, probably the biggest challenge that seems to be ongoing, unfortunately, is folks that are waiving a home inspection, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, people are not getting an inspection. They might have, a seller might be presented with multiple offers. They may say that you're getting beat out by somebody that's offering the list price with no inspection, and then they might make a counter offer with no inspection as well. That has affected the business greatly.
Now we've seen that, and we also do see a lot of remorse on that down the road.
Right.
Just because you just don't know what you're taking on.
That's correct. Yeah, and it's something to watch out for. Now, most people won't experience any issues while they're in the house. When they go to sell the house again in a couple of years, I've been inspecting some houses where people have purchased them within the past 2 years without an inspection, and now it's on the market again, and it's coming up that we have multiple defects.
No, if
that need to
if
be
a
taken
person
care of.
finds themselves in that situation where they really like the house and they want to get it, but they know, okay, the seller's just not going to accept an inspection contingency, I think in most cases you could probably at least get permission to do an inspection for information, so you know what's going on.
And that's the best approach.
Right.
Yeah. So at least you know what's going on, and you have the opportunity to, if it's worst case scenario, drop out of the contract. But what you can do is prepare on your own terms a list of repairs or maintenance that would need to be done.
Right. Figuring stuff out once you move into the home,
Exactly.
because there could be some things going on. I have heard of some companies doing what they call a walkthrough with the buyer inspection. What's your thought on that? Where you're can't do an inspection, but is there much value in that?
I personally, I don't believe there's much value in it. That was very popular when, during COVID, when it first started, where sellers weren't accepting
Right.
bids with inspections. It gives you top line information, and that's
about
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I kind of thought that as well, because you can't really dig into it, and it takes typically 3 or 4 hours to really know,
to do a good inspection.
to do a
yes.
good inspection, right? So, well, John, I really appreciate you coming by and sharing this great information with us. If people want to know more, or they're a homeowner out there and they just want to get in touch with you, maybe schedule inspection or do something like that, how do they do that?
They can contact our office here locally in Williamsburg at 757-564-4454, or they can book an inspection online at lynchteam.pillar2post.com.
Okay, John, I appreciate it again, and probably see you out there in the field.
Excellent.
All right, talk to you
Thanks,
later.
Randy.